We're coming up on one of the most exciting times of the year, and that's Halloween. There's a lot of fun things that come up with Halloween, but it's also one of the most dangerous days of the year. And today with me, I have Logan Grant, a peace officer with the City of Brooks, to talk to us about Halloween safety. Hi, Logan.
Hi.
How can families prepare for Halloween night?
Oh, that's a great question. One of the easiest ways to prepare for Halloween is knowing your route. Know exactly where you're going to trick or treat. If you're going out with just your siblings, make sure you're with someone of age, at minimum 16 to 18 years old. The biggest thing I can't stress enough is just know where you're going. Even in a city the size of where we are right now, there are certain places in towns where people just don't go. So definitely know where you're going, especially if you know who gives out the good candy. You want to know where you're going. Bring a flashlight with you. Make sure you have any kind of ability to light your way. Bring a cell phone with you. Any way to contact emergency services in the event you need help.
Now, one of the most fun parts of Halloween is the costumes.
Yes, and as you can see, I'm wearing my costume because every hero needs a hero.
Now, can you tell me about ways to consider safety when we're planning our costumes?
Wow, you are full of great questions. So one of the best things to do is wear reflective materials. So when you're going out, we want to be able to see you. Motorists need to be able to see you when you're out. So whether it's reflective vests on, get glow sticks, wear them on your costume, or even look for costumes that have built-in reflective striping. That's the best way to be seen. And then back to what I said a second ago, bring a flashlight with you. If you don't have the ability to put reflectiveness on you, bring a flashlight.
What about masks? Are we wearing masks these days? Are we not wearing masks?
Masks can be really fun. They can be really scary. The problem with masks is they tend to block out your visual acuity. So it's hard to see out your peripheral vision. If you are wearing a mask, try to make sure your eye holes get cut out a little bigger. So for the little ones, get a parent or a guardian to help you cut those out. You just want to be able to see everything around you.
So you talked about ways to adapt a mask to make it more safe, but are there any alternatives to wearing a mask with a costume?
There is alternatives. Face paint is a great alternative to wearing a mask. For one, it allows you to see completely everything around you, so your peripheral vision is great. The only thing that we recommend when you're wearing face paint is to test it on your skin first. There's a lot of different chemicals in face paint, and we want to ensure before you put that face paint on your face that you're not going to have a reaction. And definitely make sure you get the appropriate type of face paint. You don't want to put on green face paint and look like a Hulk for the next 2 months. So you want to get stuff that can wash off nice the day after or even that night.
So now that we've prepared for the evening, we have a plan, what's your advice to have a safe Halloween?
Ooh, God, another great question. One of the best things to do, honestly, is be safe when you're on the roads. If you're trick-or-treating, go up and down one side of the road. When you're done trick-or-treating on that side of the road, use a marked crosswalk, cross over, and go down the other side of the roads. We don't want to see any of our littles running out between parked cars. There are so many cars on the street on that given day of the year that we can't afford to have kids running back and forth in between cars. Know where your crosswalks are. If you are the motorist, if you are driving, make sure you're paying attention. Kids are small, and we live in Alberta with a lot of big trucks, and when you have them parked on the side of the road, it is very easy not to see someone. So even though we want our kids and our little guys to make sure that they're crossing the road safely, we also have to understand that as motorists, they may not always do that. So we have to be extra vigilant on a motorist end to ensure that when we're driving safely and very cautiously when we're on the roads that night.
Yeah, kids are very excited on Halloween because it's all about the candy.
It's candy, yes.
So talk to us about the safety around candy. What should parents be looking for once that candy gets home?
This really is probably the most important question. Unfortunately, things do happen where people like to tamper with candy. And I remember when I was a kid, when I got my candy, the first thing I wanted to do is reach in there and grab a big handful and eat it on the side of the road. Can't do that. You need to wait until you get home to where your parents or your guardians can help you go through your candy. If there are any open packages, we want to make sure we throw them out. You know, if people unfortunately like to make homemade popcorn, put them in Ziploc bags, we don't know if they've washed their hands. We don't know what's on that popcorn. The other thing is food allergies, something as simple as peanuts. If you have a peanut allergy and you dive in there and grab something with peanuts in it and ingest that on the road, you know, you may not have the ability to help yourself then. So that's why you want to make sure your family's going through that and separating what is safe for you and what is not safe.
Great. This was all excellent information, Logan. I know I'm ready to have a safe and happy Halloween. We're here today at the Brooks Farmers Market, and I'm joined by Julia Rowland, a dietitian with Alberta Health Services. Now, what better topic to talk about at a farmer's market than fruits and vegetables? Julia, why is it important for us to eat more fruits and vegetables?
Well, a survey done in 2021 by the Dalhousie University shows that only about 1/3 of Albertans eat enough vegetables and fruits to meet recommendations. So this means that 2/3 of us need to be eating more vegetables and fruits to meet recommendations. And fruits and vegetables are really important to get all the minerals and vitamins we need for good health. And you might have noticed that vegetables and fruits come in all different colors, and this shows us all the different types of vitamins and minerals that different vegetables and fruits have. When we eat more vegetables and fruits, we get a wider variety. We get more opportunity to eat a wider variety of these vegetables and fruits. And vegetables and fruits also have fiber, which is a nutrient that has positive health benefits for us. And we know that fiber can help protect us against type 2 diabetes, obesity, heart disease, colorectal cancer, and other bowel issues. And that's why it's so important to be eating more vegetables and fruits.
So you said that 2/3 of us are not eating enough fruits and vegetables, but how much do we need to be eating for us to get the health benefits?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. So Canada's Food Guide recommends that 50% of all of our meals and snacks are vegetables and fruits. And depending on where you're at with how much vegetables and fruits you eat, this might seem really daunting, but luckily any increase is going to have a positive health benefit. And we actually know that small but sustained changes over time are more impactful on our health than a large change over a short period of time. So eating just a few more vegetables and fruits during your day is going to be more important than eating 50% for just a couple days or a couple weeks. And so if you want a challenge, go for it. Try and eat 50% of your meals and snacks as vegetables and fruits. But if you're more of a beginner, maybe try just having at least one vegetable or fruit at each meal or snack.
Great. Now, I've unfortunately noticed that the prices at the grocery store keep going up. Now, I'd like to be able to eat more of those fruits and vegetables, but how can I do it and still stay on budget?
That is a great question. There are a couple things that we can try to make sure that our produce costs are a little bit less. So one thing you can do is you can shop in the frozen section. So frozen vegetables are really good for meals where the vegetables are going to be cooked, and frozen fruit can be a little more versatile. You can have it in your smoothies, on yogurt, or just as a snack. The second thing you can do is you can try and shop local. So like we're here today at the Brooks Farmers Market, or you can try a greenhouse and you can buy your local produce there. And sometimes it's a bit cheaper than what we find in the grocery store. Third, we can try to purchase only what we can eat. So when you're thinking about your meals and snacks at the beginning of the week, and then you go grocery shopping, try to only buy what you need to reduce your food waste, and you're gonna see that you're gonna have a little bit more money at the end of that week. So the other thing you can do is at the end of the week, if you notice that some of your produce might start going bad, before it goes bad, you can chop it up and put it in a freezer-safe container and freeze it to keep it from going bad.
Excellent. You've given me lots of new ideas today on how to eat more fruits and vegetables while staying on a budget. Maybe we should go and buy some fruits and vegetables. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for joining us today. Here today at the Brooks Farmers Market, and I'm joined by Market Manager Roxanne Ross and one of the vendors, Emma Sinclair. Roxanne, tell me why our community should come out and support local farmers markets.
Well, when you come down to support local farmers markets, the vendors here, they make, bake, or grow their products themselves.
So what is the difference between the food that you find here and the food that you find at your local grocery store?
Well, that's a great question. For example, our fruit this morning was picked in Oliver and it comes directly here to the farmers market. Same with the produce, it's picked early in the morning and it comes directly here. So it's not sitting on the shelf or in the back room waiting to be put out on display.
It's as fresh as can be. Yeah. Can you tell me about the role that a farmer's market plays in food insecurity?
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked me that. This year we received a Community Impact Award from Community Foundations of Southeastern Alberta, and we work with different organizations in town who identify people that could use financial help to put food in their bellies. And that's what food insecurity is putting food in hungry bellies. And the win-win of it is that it supports our farmers as well, and that's food security that's supporting the farmers.
So Emma, you're a vendor here. What is the product that you're here selling today?
So I'm with Country Rose Farms and we sell lamb meat.
Lamb meat, that's different. So what is it that draws you down to the farmer's market as a place to sell your product?
So we're actually new business owners this year and we wanted to get our name out there with our local community and have different customers and community come out and support us and show what we have to offer and have the interactions with customers and the community and explain what we have to offer.
Perfect. Well, it's great to be here at the Brooks Farmers Market, but I know that there's lots across the South Zone. Is there anywhere that we can find out more about where to find farmers markets throughout the South Zone?
Yes, so there are 150 Alberta approved farmers markets throughout Alberta, and there's actually an app called Alberta Approved Farmers Markets, and it'll tell you all the locations and the dates and times when they're open.
Perfect. Thanks so much for sharing all that information with us today, and hope everybody gets out to their local farmers markets.